If you're house hunting in Summerlin or Henderson and you've heard the terms SID or LID and thought, what in the world is that? And is it going to cost me more money? You're not alone. And guess what? This is one of those details that can quietly affect your monthly payment, your debt to income ratio, your closing strategy, and even whether your loan gets approved. So today I'm breaking it down in plain English. What SIDs and LIDs are, how they work in Summerlin, which is very similar to the rest of the city, how to check them, and how to protect yourself before you write an offer. Let's dive in. So what is a SID or LID? In Clark County, the official term is Special Improvement District, or SID or SID. A lot of times in referencing homes in Henderson, it's a LID or LID, Local Improvement District. But in Las Vegas, and for this video, I'm going to refer to it as SID, which is the common term. And here's what it means. When a master plan community like Summerlin is built, the infrastructure has to be paid for. Things like roads, streetlights, water and sewer lines, storm drains, landscaping, and public improvements. And instead of the developer paying for everything up front, the county issues bonds to fund these improvements. Then the properties that benefit from those improvements repay those bonds over time through a special assessment. That assessment is attached to the property, not the owner, the property, which means it runs with the land until it's paid off. So is a SID like an HOA? No, and this is where people get confused. An HOA is a private association fee, and a SID is a public assessment. It is recorded as a statutory lien and usually shows up on your property tax bill as a special assessment. If unpaid, it follows enforcement, similar to property taxes, so it matters. Summerlin has SIDs because Summerlin was built in phases, village by village, and many of those villages used SIDs to fund early infrastructure. As lots were sold, the assessments were assigned to individual parcel. That's why some homes in Summerlin have SIDs fully paid off, some still have balances, and two homes on the same street might be completely different. It varies by village, it varies by phase, and it varies by the parcel. There is no shortcut here. You must verify each property individually. So how much do SIDs cost? Most SIDs run 10 to 30 years, and the interest rate is generally fixed and based on the municipal bond rate at the time the district was formed. A SID is essentially repaying a bond, which means you're repaying a loan at a fixed interest rate. Each payment includes a principal portion, an interest portion, and those payments are billed and collected over a predetermined number of years. SIDs are typically paid either semi-annually or annually, and in most cases, the assessment is added directly to your property tax bill. When you look at your tax statement and you see a special assessment line item, that's often the SID. The total amount depends on the original bond allocation, the interest rate, how many years remain, and the current principal balance. For example, if a property has $1,200 annual SID assessment, that works out to about $100 per month, and lenders will count that. So if you're comparing two homes and one has no SID, and the other effectively adds $100 per month, that matters, especially in today's underwriting environment. That $100 a month can affect your debt to income ratio, your qualifying price range, and sometimes even your loan approval strategy. So this isn't just a small detail, it's part of your total housing cost. So if you want to check if a property has a SID, here's how to do it. And as a protection for my clients, this is important. I don't wait until escrow to discover this. I research it early, verify the findings, and include it in your monthly payment discussion before you fall in love with the house. So here's how to check it. First, you can get the APN number or the parcel number. This is on the listing or available through the Clark County Assessor. Or you can check with the Clark County Treasurer for any special assessments that are tied to the parcel. There's also, my favorite way, is to check a public site called AMG Nevada. I'm going to put the link below. And that tracks many of the SID bond balances. You can search the parcel and see the current outstanding balance. And remember, the current balance you see online is not always the same as an official payoff amount. A payoff demand is date specific and includes accrued interest and bond provisions. That's something that the title company will order during the escrow process. Then you're going to review the preliminary title report. If there's a recorded SID lien, it will show up there. And then we're going to speak to your lender and confirm how they look at it. Different loan programs treat SIDs differently. Conventional, FHA, and VA can all have different underwriting guidelines. Some lenders count the monthly equivalent in your debt ratio. similar to an HOA. Some require escrow, and some may require you to pay it off depending on the program. So we never assume, we verify. Because my job isn't just to help you buy a house, it's to help you understand the full financial picture before you commit. So what happens at closing? So there's typically a couple of options at closing. You can pay it off, it can be a negotiable item in the contract, and sometimes the seller may just be willing to pay it off, or you as the buyer can pay off the remaining balance yourself. But for this one, I believe it's important to note how long you intend to keep the property. The pros for paying it off: you get clean title, no future assessment, and it's often simpler for lenders. You can also assume the remaining installments, and this is what most people do. The SID stays with the property, it continues appearing on the property tax bill, and your lender may count the monthly equivalent in a debt to income, require escrow, or require a payoff depending on the guidelines. Again, we verify early. Buyers make mistakes when they focus only on purchase price, HOA, interest rate, and forget or don't know to ask, is there a SID? We never want to be halfway through escrow and get this surprise because now we're adjusting debt ratios or scrambling for payoff funds. That's not how we do it. I want to make sure that we look at everything up front. And when comparing homes across Summerlin villages, like the Vistas, Stonebridge, the Ridges, Red Point, and Sun City, just to name a few, we add SID status to the checklist because two $900,000 homes are not equal. If one has no SID and another one has $1,800 per year remaining for 12 years, that's real money over time. Then we'll convert everything to monthly equivalents, compare apples to apples, and that's how you make smart decisions. Smart questions to ask the listing agent. Does this home have a recorded SID assessment? To your lender, how will you treat this assessment in underwriting? The title, who issues the final payoff, the official payoff, and how long does it take? The details here matters, and this is one of those details that separates an average transaction from a smooth one. My final thoughts. SIDs are not bad. They helped build Summerlin into the incredible community it is today, but they are financial obligations, and you deserve clarity. This is why I always say, real estate is not just about finding a house. It's about understanding the full financial picture. And if you're buying in Summerlin and want a clear strategy, not surprises halfway through escrow, let's talk. I'll help you verify SID status, structure your offer correctly, coordinate lender, title, and escrow, and compare villages intelligently, because the difference is always in the details. My husband teases me that about this all the time. He says, I have no idea how you're so successful. You tell more people not to buy than to buy. And honestly, he's not wrong, because sometimes the smartest move is walking away from the wrong numbers. So if this video was helpful, subscribe for more hyper-local Las Vegas real estate education. And if you're house hunting in Summerlin, drop your questions below. I read them all. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.